Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer, and today we're here for the last episode of the Let's Play as Ludwig, where today we're going to get right into it, picking up where we left off last time, and let's see if we can get the science victory. And now suddenly everybody in this game likes me for some reason, which is weird because, I don't know, maybe about 100 turns ago everybody was attacking me. I forget which type of alliance we had with that guy. I don't even remember if we had alliance with him, to be honest. But we'll go ahead and make our alliances. We get Brunelleschi, so we get bonus production towards wonders, which probably will allow us to immediately finish Oxford. No, it'll take 2 charges of him, but he'll get it done. We did just have a major flood, which is probably going to mess up. Yep, a lot of the tile improvements that I just put down got messed up. And of course we are currently building a dam to dam up that river anyways, so that wouldn't have happened if we had finished the dam, but oh well. And now it does look like we have unlocked the factory, so we just need to start pumping out factories in basically every city now. We'll go ahead and prioritize that. And I'm actually going to switch around my governors right now. I'll reassign Magnus to Munich, and I'll reassign Pingala to, let's see, who's going to have the most population? I'll probably put him in Cologne. Cologne doesn't have the highest population right now, but it very soon will. Yeah, what the heck, we'll use another charge. Finished Oxford University, so we get 2 free techs, which is very nice. Of course, we'll just build factories now. How much coal do we have? I know that we have 1 source of coal here. Is that the only one? Man, the map search is another thing I hugely miss in Civ 7. Map search is genuinely probably one of the greatest features that they've ever implemented in Civ. Unfortunately, this city that we lost to Lautaro has coal in it, so we would have been able to have that coal, but now we can't because we lost the city a while ago. We finally can put down our first coal power plant, which, man, you can really see how strong Germany is with the Hansa here, especially when you double your industrial zone adjacency bonuses. 1 coal power plant is going to give us 20 bonus production. 20 bonus production is crazy. Let's start working on Taj Mahal again. With Filippo Brunelleschi, we'll at least get it down to 6 turns, so we hopefully should be able to finish it. I mean, at this point in the game, we're getting pretty close to being able to start on rocketry, so I think we should probably beeline towards rocketry pretty fast. That'll also reveal aluminum, so we'll be able to see if we have aluminum. Having aluminum is pretty good for rushing some of the space parts. I guess, well, not really the space parts themselves, but the lasers that accelerate your ship once it's up. I forget exactly how much one of them requires, but I think it might be 30, which is quite a lot. I'm just going to purchase an Alchemical Society with gold, because at this point, I mean, we have 160 gold per turn. We have plenty stockpiled. No use saving it. And we did just finish our first coal power plant, so we're probably going to start burning a lot of coal. Actually, I mean, I guess we probably don't have that much power usage just yet because we haven't built any stock exchanges or research labs or anything like that. But once we start building the research labs, I think we're going to go through our coal pretty fast. And it looks like we also have gotten Albert Einstein, which is huge. So we're going to be able to get +4 science on our research labs, which is going to make those even more valuable. I mean, right now we're still, I mean, I guess we're tied for first in science. So we're not like majorly ahead of the AI, but we're doing pretty well. And now we can finally get mages on our ley lines as well. So for every great person earned, the ley lines receive +1 yield equal to that great person's district type. So for all of those great engineers and stuff, we're going to get pretty good yields on our ley lines. So this one down here has, yeah, 7 gold, 3 science, 6 food, or 6 production, sorry. So pretty strong. I think, is that actually the only ley line that we have in our territory though? Which is a little bit of a bummer. Still trying to see if I can find any city-states over here, like scientific or industrial ones, but haven't found any yet. We can build more coal power plants. I mean, the main bonus of building more is that we're going to get the adjacency bonuses, so we're going to get +22 production. There's not actually like a huge point in building a ton of them, but man, getting 22 production on any city is going to be crazy.
Did you ever build a castle?
Hey, we finished the Taj Mahal, so we're going to get a little bit more era score now, which will help us stay in some normal and golden ages as we're farther on into this game. And we got our first spy as well, because we just built our intelligence agency, so the only person that's probably worth spying on is maybe Lautaro, so let's see if we can... We actually don't even see his capital, though. Let's send this guy to this city here, and maybe by doing that we'll get vision of his capital. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Do have another governor title. I mean, at this point, we don't really need anything from either Pingala or Magnus, so we can just take someone else. Do we want Reina or do we want Liang? I actually don't remember what everybody does. I think we probably want Reina because the renewable subsidizer actually is pretty good for power in the late game if you're spamming out a lot of the lasers. So we have our spy here that we're just going to have him counter-spy. So since we have this huge district hexagon here, we're going to put him in the government plaza, which will protect the government plaza and all of these adjacent districts from enemy spies. So it's pretty high value whenever you have a district hexagon like that to put one counter-spy just right in the middle. That way it protects all of these districts from spies. We have unlocked natural history, so we can start building zoos. So I'm going to go ahead and put a zoo in Magdeburg. This at least, so the zoo does give amenities to all cities within 6 tiles, so it's pretty worthwhile. Kind of like the factory though, like the bonuses don't stack, so if this city is hit by both zoos, then it doesn't get +2 amenities. It only applies once. We have 17 envoys and still nobody that we really want to send any of them to. Okay, Japan has just declared war on me. Well, he's coming at me with some units. Let's go ahead and we'll upgrade into a field cannon. He actually has some cores here. Luckily, we did build this encampment over here, so the encampment's going to be helpful for helping us defend some of our territory. And I guess let's probably build at least 1 unit here. Let's at least queue up 1 musketman, and let's upgrade this guy into a field cannon, and we'll send him up here just to help out with the defense. And while we're at it, let's just appoint Victor, and we'll just put him in Magdeburg. That way he can help us out with the defense just a little bit. Oh, I didn't even realize, but we're actually at war with Lautaro as well. So, man, these guys in this game, they really just don't like me. It's just these 2. And of course, it happens to be the 2 that I spawned directly next to. We met Cahokia, but Cahokia is still not really worth our envoys. We got Gustav Eiffel as well, who's pretty good. This would be a fantastic Great Engineer to get, but I actually don't know if we'll get them. I mean, we do have like 10 times the amount of Great Engineer points as everybody else, but 2 production on factories, which since we have Mausoleum, will turn into +4 production on all of our factories, is pretty strong. Over here in Cologne, I think we'll probably just build a few units. We can maybe upgrade our field cannons into field cannon cores. Man, the music, I mean, it'll probably be quiet in the video, but the Brazil music is playing in the background. The music in this game is so incredible. The music in Civ 7 is good, but it doesn't quite have all of the, the beautiful power of the music in Civ 6.
Chemists do not usually.
Alright, we finished chemistry, so now we have research labs available to build, so we are going to build a bunch. And we finally found a scientific city-state. We found Mitla, so we're just going to dump. We need to put 8 in to make sure we get suzerainship, so we're just going to dump 8 envoys into Mitla. And with that, we become their suzerain, reveal a bunch of the land, and now we're going to accelerate our science even more. So now we're at 245, so we're about 60 ahead of the person in second, so we're starting to accelerate pretty fast now. Finished our musketman over here, but I think he probably shouldn't really leave that tile because he's at risk of dying. But we should definitely start building our research lab. And we should start building research labs in essentially every city. And this is gonna send our power consumption like through the roof. I also need to remember, I think when you form a core, like it forms the core on the tile that you click initially from. So like I need to form the core from this guy in the city, otherwise it's gonna take them both out of the city. I think that's how it works at least. But I swear every time I play this game, I never remember which one it actually works like. Okay, it does work like I think, so that's good. Let's go ahead and give this guy a promotion. We'll give him barding, so that way he doesn't get bombarded by enemies. Too bad. And now with this field cannon core in this city, I think our strength is going to go up pretty high. Alan Turing is available. I don't think that there's anybody we particularly need from the modern era. Is anybody close to recruiting someone else? They are. The thing is, I mean, once you get to the modern era, you do get pretty close to one of the ones that gives you the percentage-based bonus towards producing space parts, so we'd rather wait for them, so I think we'll pass on Turing. We are already getting to the point where we're using more coal than we're producing, so we're gonna pretty quickly run to the point where we need to do something else. Luckily, we do have some dams in this game, so with the dams, we're at least going to be able to have some source of renewable power, but we're probably going to need to get to either solar panels or windmills or something just to be able to not immediately run out of all of our stuff. I mean, I guess one option that we do have, actually, we can see if any of these city-states that we see have coal, because if they do have coal, then we can become their suzerain and get the coal from them. Looks like right now... Oops, where were you? Nope, not ours. Looks like none of the city-states that we see at least have coal. There's a military emergency for Lautaro right now, so we might actually want to participate in that. The only thing is we'd have to somehow take this city back, which I really don't want to do. So I think we're actually going to vote no for it. And it indeed did fail. So looks like 7 people voted no, 2 people voted yes. Who voted yes? It's just Joao that
A
voted yes.
world without radio.
We have revealed aluminum, so let's see if we have any. Having some would be incredible, but I don't think we do. Yes, we at least have one. We have two. Oh my god, having two aluminum in a game is very, very good. So let's make sure we get a builder, start improving our aluminum. We're getting towards rocketry, actually only 5 turns until we get there. I finally finished this campus over here in Bremen, so we can actually build some buildings now. So we'll go ahead and get our Alchemical Society and Research Lab. You can see at this point, I mean, we're accumulating 3 coal per turn, but we're using 9, so we're just going to basically run ourselves out of coal, and it's going to impact our science per turn. But right now, we're almost like double the next highest player, so even if it impacts our science per turn, it's okay. One thing that I did forget, actually, is that Industrial Zone Logistics does provide the city with full power while it's active. So since it's probably actually more worthwhile to run Industrial Zone Logistics in the cities than it is to run Campus Research Grants. So I'm actually going to cancel all of these in Munich, and I'm going to run Industrial Zone Logistics instead. Because doing this will keep our research labs powered, even if we're not producing enough power necessarily. So I think it's pretty worthwhile. And I'm actually going to do the same thing over here in Cologne. Because the second we hit 0 coal, our science per turn is going to go down quite a lot. Because I think each research lab gets something like, I forget exactly how much it is. I think it's 10 from the power and 5 from the actual research lab itself. I might have that flipped though. Oh yeah, it looks like it's actually 10 base and then 5 when powered. So by not having these powered, we lose, 15 science per turn. I don't know how much we're actually getting from the projects themselves though. We're probably getting quite a bit from the projects because we have so much production. Like Munich at this point has 171 production per turn, which is pretty crazy. We did get James Watt, so we'll get +2 production on our factories, and since we'll use him twice, we'll actually get +4. Who's up next? That guy we really don't care about, so that's good. So with that mine on our aluminum now, this is a 2 food, 6 production, 2 culture, 1 science tile. Oh man, it's so good. We finally got rocketry, so that means we're going to be able to start placing down our spaceports. So right now in Munich, we might as well build our first one. It's going to take 11 turns. This is very lucky, actually. I didn't even think of the fact that I needed to save a flatland tile for it, but luckily we do have at least 1 flatland tile, so we'll go ahead and put that down. And we're going to get one in Magdeburg as well. It's 18 turns in Magdeburg, which is actually quite significant. At this point, who has more production? Just Magdeburg or just Cologne? So Magdeburg's at 100, Cologne's at 95, so they're just about even. So I am going to build a spaceport in Cologne as well, actually. Usually I wouldn't build 3, but in this case I actually might use Cologne as the other production city. I haven't quite decided yet, so I'll just go ahead and build a spaceport in both, so that way I can use whichever one I want. One of the things that is a little bit annoying in Civ 6 is having to redo your alliances every 30 turns, whatever it is, because there's just so many clicks required. I really wish that there was just like a pop-up that comes up and says, your alliance is expired. Do you want to propose to renew it? And then you just click yes, and then the AI can either accept it or deny it. Because having to do all these clicks just to renew alliances is a little bit tedious. Oh, it looks like Jerusalem is maybe allied with Japan now, so they are trying to attack me, so we'll just try our best to fend those guys off. They have unfortunately interrupted my spaceport production as well, which is annoying, but he just did propose peace, so we'll go ahead and accept that. That way they can get off my spaceport. Got a great person. We got Ada Lovelace. I'm a little bit hesitant to recruit her, though, because I think pretty soon we're probably going to get one of the great engineers that boost the production towards space parts, which I would hate to miss. So I think we're going to pass on that one. Now the problem is going to be if the next one that comes up is not one of the space ones, then it's going to be like, uh-oh, what do I do now? And at this point, we just want to get to some of the space project ones as fast as we can. So satellites obviously very important. Some of these power ones honestly probably are not a bad idea to get. My poor spy is getting chased, and he's dead. I'm going to purchase some builders around because pretty soon I'm going to get to the point where I have like solar panels and windmills and stuff like that. So I want to be prepared to be able to just build those in a lot of these cities because I do have a power problem right now. So having some of those up would be good. I have unlocked hydroelectric dams as well, which is pretty good because that gives us a good bit of free power. I forget how much is it. It's +6. So +6 at least will power basically this entire city. I actually totally forgot to improve this aluminum as well, so let's go ahead and get rid of this farm, and let's put the improvement on the aluminum. I mean, we have 52 stockpiled right now, so obviously we're in pretty good shape, but still, just to get more is always helpful. It just helps you get those space parts out just a little bit faster. Unfortunately, the next great engineer is the one that gives +1 appeal to any tile down, so I really don't think that we're going to be taking them. Luckily, we should be far enough ahead of everybody else that we can recruit them and probably still get the next one in line. You know, I kind of feel like having a little bit of fun down here in Aachen, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build an aerodrome, and we're just going to start bombing Lautaro. So let's go ahead and switch this guy to an aerodrome, which we can slap right there nicely on the border. And we'll build some planes, and we'll just bomb the guy, because it sounds like a fun time. We are into the modern era now, and we're in a golden age as well, so I think that we can get a pretty good bonus from this. I actually don't remember what the dedications are. I mean, Heartbeat of Steam, I think, is probably the best because Campus District Science provides bonus production as well, which is probably the best for us. I mean, the thing is, the production that we're getting just from our Hanses is so high right now that it doesn't really matter what we get from productions. Because, I mean, this Hansa alone, we're getting 22 production from the adjacency, and then an additional 22 from the coal power plant, plus whatever we get from the workshop and factory. So, like, this is one tile worth essentially 50 production. We could go ahead and build a very funny Petra right now, a nice little one-tile desert Petra on turn 211. So let's go ahead and place that down, and then, you know, spam some comments in the comment section below about how much you love Petra. Our first spaceport has been completed in our capital, so now with that, let's go ahead and start working on the Earth satellite. It only takes 5 turns for us because we have 183 production in that city, so that's pretty good. We're about to get Alvar Alto as well, which hopefully the next great engineer is going to be the one that gives the bonus to space race projects. But at this point, it's looking like we might finish a lot of the space race projects before we even get to the point of having those great people. We did get Alvar Alto, and it looks like nobody else is even close to another great engineer, so let's recruit him. And we're still not even at any of the space race ones. So yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that we could just end up basically getting all of the space parts done before we even get to the point of having those great engineers.
Petra.
Oh, there we go. We got the Petra. Would you believe it? It's incredible. Like a turn 220 Petra that gives essentially no bonus because it's on the only desert tile that doesn't already have a district on it in the entire city. But that's okay because we build Petra and everybody loves Petra. We actually just got this great merchant that allows us to absorb a city-state in our empire, and we could use them. We could just probably... Can we grab Suzerainship of Jerusalem? We could, actually. We could grab Suzerainship of Jerusalem and then immediately absorb them into our empire. It's not the worst idea in the world. I'm trying to see if there's any other, like, good city-states that have either coal or anything like that.
Like to the apple. Son, have you seen the
Oh my god, I think one of our alliances just leveled up, so now we're gonna see all of the stuff that they see. Oh no, actually we actually just launched the Earth satellite, so we're gonna get full view of the map now. Off it goes. That's one spaceport done. So we're making pretty good track. So did we find any other city-states that are worth being the suzerain of? It looks like the answer is no, so let's become the suzerain of Jerusalem. And then we're just going to absorb them with this great person, because why not? And over in Munich, we can immediately start on the moon landing as well, which is only going to take us 9 turns, which is pretty good. We're somehow down to 156 production in Munich. I thought we were up at like 183 or something, but maybe we lost a little bit of production from something. Ready, let's go ahead, and we can just, bloop, just like that, we've now taken this city. And we can put down another +5 campus, so sure, why not, right? We finished our bomber down here in Aachen, so you know what it's time for. Let's just start bombing people. And by people, I mean this guy. Maybe we can finally take our city back, see how he likes it. Actually, can I just purchase another bomber? Oh, I can. Now I'm going to have 2 bombers to send at him. And we can probably finally get revenge for him taking our city way early on in this game. Since we're so far ahead of him in text right now, we're just able to bomb him to death, and he really can't do much about it. Oh, he's asking for peace? Oh, what? Suddenly, since you started getting bombed, you all of a sudden don't want to be at war with me anymore? I don't think that's how this is going to work, buddy. I mean, once again, I'm still waiting for the great engineer that actually gives us a bonus to space race production, but the thing is, we have 99 great engineer points per turn. I think, like, the next highest person has about 10. So, even if we recruit this guy, I think we're still in pretty good shape. And there is finally one of the ones for the space race production, but we're going to get it in, like, 6 turns. The bombing will continue until morale improves. And it looks like morale will probably improve. Hey, there we go. Look at that. We got our city back. This guy thought that he could bully us like a million turns ago. Suddenly it's him who's losing his cities. Now we do have to make sure he doesn't get it back. And because I'm petty, I would like to actually take Brussels and liberate Brussels as well. Just you know, restore things to the way that they should be. Well, it looks like Brussels has just rebelled, so it looks like he will not be getting Brussels, and we just managed to launch the moon landing as well, which is going to give us a ton of culture. Alright, the bomber appears to be doing pretty well against Brussels, so let's take it. And let's liberate it! Yay, Brussels exists again! Except it somehow is losing loyalty. I didn't know that... I forgot that city-states could rebel. I'm pretty sure that once it... Maybe on the next turn it'll just immediately stabilize itself again. Man, another thing that I really, you know... Playing Civ 7, another thing that I miss is this, like, end-of-the-game period where you actually get modern technology and stuff, because, you know, Civ 7 ends kind of around, like, the 70s or so. Maybe 60s or 70s, like... You don't really get advanced mechanized infantry and stuff like that, or the cool bombers and stuff like that. You can even just barely get nuclear weapons, so it's kind of half the fun of playing Civ, but I feel like the game just ends so abruptly in Civ 7. And the modern age in Civ 7 is also just so forgettable, because you're essentially just spamming next turn until the game ends with how interactive some of the victory conditions are. We're going to build a military engineer because we can actually start building some railroads around. I mean, since we're not really playing a militaristic game, we don't really need to build railroads, but it's another thing that's, once again, just kind of fun. Could build the biosphere in this game. Biosphere does give you a lot of extra power, but at this point, I honestly don't really know if we need it. Oh, well, I forgot that we actually need coal to be able to make railroads, which we currently don't have because we're using it all. But luckily, we should be able to purchase a builder here. Then we can use that builder to actually build us some railroads. This city rebelled to us, but I really don't want it, so I'm just going to refuse it. The only problem is now there's a free city mechanized infantry there. It looks like all of my alliances have expired, but honestly, I can't be bothered to to renew them at this point. It's just too many clicks. We are getting pretty close to the end of the game. It looks like we're on track to probably win. We can get communism here pretty soon, which is going to give us, once again, even more production and more science per turn. We can go ahead and take rationalism now at this point as well, which is going to give us some good stuff. And actually, we need to run 5-year plan as well, which is going to give us 116 bonus production and 30 bonus science. And I guess we can reduce our unit maintenance cost a little bit. And is there anything that we want from the diplomatic slots? I guess we might as well take the envoy one, because at this point, with the envoys that we have, we'll get 27 gold per turn. And we can finally improve this coal. I think it's probably still not enough for us to go in the positive, but it's at least something. And now, since we've unlocked the wind farm, I think we have the solar farm unlocked as well. We can start putting some of those down, which is going to give us a nice little bit of era score, and it's going to start powering some of this stuff, so we'll actually pretty significantly reduce the amount of coal that we're using anyways. We did get nanotechnology, so we can launch our Mars colony now. Let's go ahead and switch to that in Munich, and that only takes 7 turns, so not a huge cost. And we do need to start getting towards the end of the tech tree here. We could go for some of these, like other technologies. I think at the end of the day, we just basically need to get to robotics, so that way we can get into some of this stuff down here, so we can find the techs for the exoplanet expedition. We did just finish class struggle, so we can switch our government to communism now, which I think in this game is going to be pretty good. So we'll get plus 0.6 production per citizen in cities with governors, and then plus 10% science as well. So that's going to give us like 60 or so science. I know our science temporarily went down, but it'll come back up once we confirm our policy cards again. We do get a lot of military policy slots with this, and I don't think we really need many of them. I guess the best one is probably just to get more aluminum and maybe coal as well. Then we do have an extra spot for a economic policy card, and I think we'll probably just double our commercial hub adjacency, because, I mean, we have a lot of commercial hubs that have pretty good adjacency bonuses. We could also take +1 amenity in cities with at least 2 specialty districts, but I'm pretty sure that our amenities are doing quite well right now. Yeah, it looks like all of our cities are at least happy. They're not many. We only have 1 that's ecstatic, but we have quite a few of them happy, so we're getting plus 10% yields in all of those, and then plus 20% yields in the one that's ecstatic, so that's pretty good. Guess we could also check quick deals. Yeah, okay, we're already purchasing all the amenities that we can get from other players, so not really anything we can do about that at the current moment. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this farm and put a solar panel there, because I think we're at... yeah, we're still using most of our power from resources in Heidelberg, so being able to get down some of these solar panels will just reduce the amount of coal that we're using. And actually, it looks like we're gaining enough now that we're actually in the positive. The World's Fair ended and we actually won, so we get 1 diplomatic victory point and 100 great person points, but I think at this point, 100 great person points is like almost nothing, because we're getting 179 great scientist points per turn, and actually only 42 great engineer points per turn. I thought we were getting more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. There we go. All the AI are just offering me alliances now, which I'll take, because that's less clicks that I have to do. This guy still wants peace, and I'm still going to say no, because I might even want to nuke him. Aw, man, I just lost my builder. I didn't realize that they had a spec ops over here. Well, seems like it's time to get the bombers out then. And just get rid of that guy. Unfortunately, we don't get the builder back by doing that, but at least we killed his unit. We also finished our aid request, and we won by, like, a extreme margin. I honestly forgot that this aid request was even going on, and don't remember how I got points. I think I was maybe running send aid in one of my cities, but 2 more diplomatic victory points. We do actually want to check if we're going to win a diplomatic victory. It looks like we're only at 12 points, so we'll probably reach the science victory well before we actually hit diplomatic victory. We did just finish our Mars colony, so that's yet another space race project that's completed. I don't know why it's not making any sound, but for some... Whoa, okay. Made that sound, though. Which means at this point, we're kind of just waiting for the exoplanet expedition. So on the tech tree, we still have quite a few more techs to go through before we reach the end of the tree, so it's going to be a little bit until we actually get there. And randomly, I'm actually going to purchase a settler because we don't have uranium or oil, and there is this tiny little, like, tundra island up here that has both uranium and oil. So we're going to go try to settle that, so that way we can at least get access to those 2 resources. I almost forgot about my military engineer, but now that we actually have coal, we can start building railroads, so we can connect our city with railroad networks. Got a great engineer. We got this one that gives +3 amenities and +4 housing. It's not incredibly good for us at this point, because most of our cities have way more amenities and housing than they need, but we'll take them anyways, just because a little more amenities is always good. So we can check the city status screen again. So who's ecstatic? Actually, nobody is ecstatic anymore, so... Actually, Munich is ecstatic, so we don't really care to use this in Munich, so we'll use it in one of our other cities instead, so we'll go ahead and use them in Cologne. Now, one thing that we can run, actually, is the Manhattan Project, and it only takes 5 turns because we have 212 production in Munich, so let's go ahead and run that, and maybe we'll use one of those against the Mapuche. We have settled this city up here in the Arctic, so now we're going to be able to get uranium, and we'll get a little bit of access to oil as well, because currently we don't have either of those resources. We did also get a great scientist. We got this one that triggers the Eureka for all technologies in the information era. I don't think we really want them unless... Okay, yeah, it looks like the great scientist that boosts space race projects has not been recruited yet, so I think we're going to pass on that guy. Go ahead and build a hydroelectric dam down here in Cologne. That way we can continue to get a little bit of extra power. I always forget about the geothermal plant as well. It's an improvement that I almost never build because a lot of the times, you know, you just don't end up with geothermal fissures in your games. But if you're late in the game, it's actually it's an okay way to get some power. We're now on into the atomic era as well, and I think we got another golden age, if I remember correctly. We do have another golden age, so we'll just take Heartbeat of Steam once again. Oh, it looks like there's a Nubian battleship over here, which actually is able to just get insta-killed by us. Kind of forgot that we're at war with Nubia. They're on another continent from us, so we're not really too concerned with them. At this point in the game, we're at 730 science per turn as well, so we're getting pretty high up there. We're like almost a factor of 4 above the person in second place. And we've improved our uranium, so now we're going to be able to start collecting uranium. We'll go ahead and improve this oil next. We did get computers, and we probably should build some flood barriers as well, because some of our tiles are floodable. We did just finish the Manhattan Project this turn, which means that we could start building some nuclear weapons. We don't have enough uranium quite yet, but in a few turns we'll get enough. Over here in Munich, let's go ahead and build a flood barrier. It literally only protects 1 solar panel tile, but still it's worth it, I guess. I think over here in Berlin, it's probably going to be a little bit more worthwhile because all of these tiles are floodable, and I haven't looked at the climate, but we're probably producing quite a bit of CO2 because we have a lot of coal power plants. So it looks like for the current state we're fine, but let's make sure we get up our flood barriers. Looks like those are actually the only 2 cities that really need them. Which is quite surprising because we have, what, 1, 2, 3... We have 4 cities on the coast, but only 2 of them actually need flood barriers. Go ahead and improve our oil up here as well. So now we have both uranium and oil. So we could build some oil-based units. I actually don't know if we really need any of them at this point in the game, though. We can take the Royal Society as well here in Munich, because with the Royal Society, you can actually use builders to rush your space race projects. I mean, in this game, I don't think we need to be doing that because of the fact that we just have so much production outright. Okay, and we've reached the end of the tech tree here, so we're starting to get into some of these hidden technologies. So we'll go ahead and research advanced power cells, and then that'll reveal a lot of the other techs that we can see. And now we do have enough uranium, so let's go ahead and build a nuclear device. We probably won't stop at just one either. We have another governor title, so let's go ahead and get renewable subsidizer on Reyna. I actually don't know if she has any... Like, which city is Reyna even in? Okay, she's down here in Aachen. I don't remember if there's any actual renewable things down here, so let's go ahead and buy a builder. We'll at least make sure we build a few. I did kind of forget that with secret societies, whenever you get to the late game, you just get the, what are these things called? The cultists everywhere in your territory, and they're really annoying because you can't put builders and stuff on the same tiles as them. So they just kind of spam all over your territory and just take up space. We do see smart materials now, so we're going to go ahead and start researching that, which will allow us to get our exoplanet expedition. And then I think, unfortunately, it looks like the lasers are probably in this tech here, so we're going to have to get both smart materials and cybernetics before we can actually get to the lasers to boost the progress of our exoplanet expedition. We finished one nuclear device. Let's go ahead and build a second one, because why stop at just one? We finished smart materials, so now we're able to launch our exoplanet expedition. So as soon as we finish building this nuke over here in the capital, we're going to go ahead and queue up our exoplanet expedition, which will only take 8 turns, which is quite good, actually. It's pretty fast. And then we also just want to rush towards off-world mission, because being able to build these lasers just makes you accelerate your exoplanet expedition so fast. I am going to make sure that I start building some renewable resources over here in Magdeburg, just because... once we unlock the lasers, we're going to start building some of them here, and some of the ones that require power... Oops, sorry, the camera just got moved by the notification there. But some of the ones that require power are going to just take up so much power from this city, so having them down early is going to make it so that way we could support maybe 1 or 2 extra lasers without just totally running our entire country out of power. We actually could build a geothermal plant, which in this case is going to be pretty strong, because I think it's plus 4 power that you get from it. Yeah, it looks like 4. Alright, and now at this point in the game, you know what it's time to do. We have these 2 nuclear weapons, so let's find this guy's capital, which looks like it's over here. It's actually out of range, so we might not be able to nuke his capital quite yet, unless we can't get jet bombers. So we're going to wait a few more turns. We're going to upgrade these guys to jet bombers, and I think with jet bombers, we can probably reach his capital. We got Levi Strauss, who gives genes, which give extra amenities, so having genes is pretty good. Any of those great merchants that give the unique luxury resources are very strong, because you can't get them from anything else, so it's basically always going to be 4 additional amenities. So now with this windmill over here in Magdeburg, we do have, looks like we have 8 power from local renewables, and we're only consuming 1 from actual coal power, so much bigger improvement compared to what we had before. Still, once we start building the lasers, though, it's going to go up. The power requirements are going to go up so fast. There's a Category 5 hurricane up here in the Arctic. We have just finished off-world mission as well, so now we're able to launch the Lagrange laser station and also the terrestrial laser station. So this one's going to take 30 aluminum, this one's going to take 5 power, so you can see how the power adds up very fast. We do have 110 aluminum as well, so we can support at least 4 of the ones that need aluminum. Our exoplanet expedition is not quite launched yet. We have another 2 turns, but very soon we're going to start being able to build some of those lasers. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get stealth technology. That way we can get the jet bomber and allow us to hopefully reach this guy's capital to nuke him. Our exoplanet expedition is launching now, so we should be, I think, it's, what, 50 turns until we win? But that's, of course, not counting any of the acceleration from the lasers. World Congress just ran, and a lot of diplomatic victory points were passed out, but I don't think we won any of these, actually. Okay, so now that that's off, let's go ahead and start building these laser stations. So we can start with Lagrange ones, because you should generally always build those first, because they don't have that immense power cost. So we're just going to go ahead and queue up 3. Don't mind the fact that I'm building a giant death robot here in Magdeburg. We're gonna switch it for a Lagrange laser station instead. We did just unlock stealth technology, so we can upgrade both of our bombers into jet bombers. The jet bomber is by far one of the best units in this entire game. Its range is incredible, its damage is incredible. If you're actually playing a militaristic game, getting the jet bomber late on in the game is just... it usually allows you to just steamroll anybody else in the game. There's our first laser station up into the air. So we are, of course, just going to follow that up with yet another one. We are basically running out of aluminum already. We're essentially getting 8 per turn total, because we're accumulating 10, but we're using 2, so we're getting 8 per turn, so we're not going to be able to build another Lagrange laser station in one of these cities. We're going to have to do one of the terrestrial ones. And now with the jet bombers, it looks like we can indeed reach his capital. For some reason, we can't target the capital, but that's okay. We can just target the tile next to it, and I believe that it has a range of 1. So let's go ahead and enjoy this. Oops. Did I do that? So there we go. Some sweet little payback for all of the pain that this guy has caused us throughout the course of this game. And you know what? I like that so much. Let's do it a second time. Which city should we take next? We'll go ahead and we'll take this one right here. Just like that, 2 of his cities essentially wiped off the map. That's for all of the pain that he caused us early on in this game. And now suddenly Nubia wants to make peace. I wonder why. And suddenly he wants to make peace as well. At this point, sure, we can make peace with you, buddy. More laser stations are going up in the air. Actually, 2 of them on this turn. So I believe, let's take a look at our exoplanet expedition. We're at 4 light years per turn. We need 50 total light years, so I can't do the math on how much that's going to be, but and yeah, now since we're essentially running out of aluminum, we just need to do terrestrial laser stations in some of these cities, which is going to increase our power requirements by a lot. But at this point, if you just build enough of them, then it doesn't really matter because the game will be over in like 10 turns. So before you even actually run out of coal or oil or anything, normally you'll be able to at least end the game. Uh-oh, there's a nuclear emergency against me. We're gonna vote no for that one. Please, nobody punish me for doing a nuclear emergency. Uh-oh, it passed. Who voted yes? Harold. Harold was our ally. Okay, Japan always hated us. Pedro was our ally at some point as well.
If the enemy know not.
So now we're at war with a lot of people because they're a little bit offended that I've nuked somebody. Which means that I don't think I've learned my lesson and I need to nuke another person. So Japan also has been very bad to us this game, so it would be a shame if they happen to receive a nuclear weapon as well. But yeah, man, this endgame segment here is just something that's so blatantly missing from Civ 7. Like the period where you have the jet bombers and the nukes and you can just freely nuke people and have a little bit of fun with the game. It's just not there in Civ 7. Which is a shame because, I mean, the end game in Civ has never been like extravagant. It's always, you know, this game is essentially over. We're kind of just waiting for it to end, but there's at least some fun stuff to do while we wait for it to end. We have gotten enough aluminum, so we can go ahead and build a Lagrange laser station again. I think our exoplanet expedition now is, yeah, 7 light years per turn, so this game's going to be over in like 3 or 4 turns. We did finish one of our other nuclear weapons, so let's take our jet bomber here, let's take a look at Kyoto, and just start dropping them. Here he comes. Alright, there we go, Japan. That's for all of the trouble that you gave me throughout this game. Just a little thanks. 2 more laser stations in 1 turn, so at this point I think we're probably... Alright, we're 2 turns away from the win, it looks like. Just like that, we've achieved our science victory.
We thrust forward into the unknown.
So yeah, first game playing Civ 6 in quite a long time, and I really enjoyed it. I had a much better time than I've had playing Civ 7, or, you know, trying to play. It's not that I'm totally burnt out on Civ and hate Civ nowadays. I guess it's just that Civ 7 still needs a lot of work before it's really going to be super playable. So let me know what you guys think of Civ 6 still. Let me know if you guys are still playing Civ 6 in the comment section below. Maybe I'll do one of these series for Civ 7 as well, where I'll actually play it, because, you know, Civ 7's been out for more than 6 months, and I don't think I've actually uploaded a single gameplay video of it on my channel. So maybe we'll play a game of Civ 7, kind of feel out what the experience is like there, but, man, Civ 6 still is as good as I remember it. Perhaps even a little bit better than I remember, because it managed to keep me hooked for several hours playing that game. I was having a good time. I feel like the systems in this game are just so much more deep. There's so much more to do, and it's really fun. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for some more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.